Some characters steal the spotlight with a dramatic monologue. These ones, they steal the whole script. From motor-mouthed superheroes to fast-talking sidekicks who couldn't find the mute button if it hit them in the face, these chatterboxes have one mission: talk, talk, and then talk some more. Love them or need earplugs when they show up. You know the scene's about to get wild when these characters start running their mouths. So hold on to your sanity and brace your eardrums. These are the 10 hilarious characters who never shut up. 10. Leo Getz, the ultimate tagalong. Leo Getz from Lethal Weapon is the definition of the ultimate tagalong. And when it comes to talking, this guy is a nonstop chatter machine. Played by Joe Pesci, Leo is a fast-talking, wildly energetic character who constantly finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he's always talking about it. Whether he's rambling about his fear of getting killed or offering unsolicited, and mostly unhelpful, advice, Leo's mouth runs faster than his ability to read a room. He doesn't just fill the silence, he drowns it with his incessant commentary. And somehow, his chaotic energy makes everything funnier. Leo's conversations are a mix of anxious rambling, misguided enthusiasm, and hilarious misunderstandings. He's the type of guy who talks through danger, even when everyone around him is trying to focus. Whether he's getting under Murtaugh and Rig's skin, or trying to explain how much of a good guy he is, Leo's loud, frantic energy brings the laughs in every scene. Leo Getz doesn't know how to shut up, and honestly, that's what makes him the perfect comic relief. His constant chatter may drive the characters crazy, but it gives us pure comedy gold. 9. Sid can evolve into quiet. Sid the Sloth is living, breathing, chattering proof that evolution skipped the mute button. From the moment he waddles onto the screen in Ice Age, he's got something to say, and it's usually weird, wildly off-topic, or dangerously distracting. You could be running from an avalanche, and Sid's still in the back talking about how he once tried to mate with a tree. His voice, iconic. His timing, questionable. His ability to shut up, non-existent. Sid doesn't just talk. He narrates his every move, over-explains everything, and turns even the simplest situation into a full-blown monologue. And heaven help you if you make eye contact. That's a verbal trap you'll never escape. Even in life-or-death moments, Sid's too busy naming babies, insulting mammoths, or starting awkward conversations with saber-toothed tigers. He's like a prehistoric podcast that never ends, and everyone else in the herd is just trying to survive the episode. But here's the thing, we love him for it. His endless chatter adds heart, chaos, and a whole lot of laughs. Sid may not have evolved into anything quiet, but he definitely evolved into one of the funniest loudmouths in animated history. 8. Cosmo, the fairy who forgot to be quiet. Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents is the definition of never shut up, wrapped in green hair and a goofy grin. As Timmy's fairy godparent, Cosmo brings chaos wherever he goes, and that chaos is mostly verbal. If there's a moment of silence, Cosmo's there to fill it with rambling nonsense, nonsensical ideas, and absolutely no filter. Cosmo's not just a chatterbox, he's a human-sized jukebox of weirdness, with every thought coming out as a loud, random statement that makes no sense but cracks you up anyway. He might start explaining something simple, like how to grant a wish, and end up in a tangent about his love for mashed potatoes or being chased by imaginary monsters. The best part, his comedic timing is spot on. He'll throw out absurd ideas, mess up a simple wish, and make things hilariously worse with even more talking. But you can't stay mad at him. His energy is infectious, his voice is consistently ridiculous, and his pure obliviousness to consequences makes him even funnier. Cosmo may never shut up, but he's the loud, lovable fairy you wouldn't change for anything. And honestly, we wouldn't want him to stop. 7. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, the loudest voice in boot camp. If volume were a weapon, Gunnery Sergeant Hartman from Full Metal Jacket would be a one-man army. He doesn't just talk, he commands, shouts, and obliterates silence with a voice that could make concrete flinch. From the second he steps onto the screen, Hartman delivers a relentless verbal assault that's part military training, part insult comedy, and all unforgettable. He's a machine gun of one-liners, barking insults with such speed and creativity, it's hard not to laugh, even as he's terrifying everyone in the room. Nobody is safe. Your posture? Wrong. Your haircut? Disgraceful. Your entire existence? Under verbal review. But what makes Hartman hilarious is how over-the-top and razor-sharp his nonstop tirades are. He's like a drill sergeant possessed by a stand-up comic who only roasts. He never pauses. never breathes. It's like he's afraid silence might sneak up behind him and try to enlist. Every word is shouted, every insult is strangely poetic, and every second with Hartman is loud, chaotic brilliance. He's not just the loudest voice in boot camp, he is the boot camp. Hartman doesn't shut up. He breaks you down one syllable at a time, and somehow, he's hilarious doing it. 6. Jar Jar Binks, Galactic Goofball who never shuts up. Love him or loathe him, Jar Jar Binks is the loud, floppy-eared space clown who talks more in one scene than most Jedi do in an entire trilogy. From the second he stumbles onto the screen in The Phantom Menace, he's tripping over his own feet and his own words, often at the same time. Jar Jar doesn't just talk. He babble blasts his way through every moment with a Gungan accent, wild hand gestures, and a total lack of self-awareness. He's the kind of character who thinks quiet is just a setting other people use. Even in the middle of a galactic crisis, Jar Jar's busy rambling about bomb-bad generals and stepping in space poop. Every conversation is a comedy routine. Every sentence sounds like it took a detour through a cartoon. And while the rest of the galaxy is trying to save the universe, Jar Jar's accidentally helping by never shutting up. He might be clumsy. He might be chaotic. But Jar Jar Binks is undeniably one of the most talkative and unintentionally hilarious characters to ever waddle into Star Wars. Mesa say silence? That's not Jar Jar's style. 5. Olaf. Cold but can't keep quiet. Olaf may be made of snow, but his mouth runs like it's powered by hot cocoa and pure chaos. From the moment he waddles into Frozen, this lovable snowman can't stop talking. And honestly, why would we want him to? He's like a kid on a sugar rush trapped in a snowball's body. Whether he's dreaming about summer, which, by the way, would literally melt him, sharing random facts, or asking deeply existential questions with a goofy grin, Olaf fills every silence with hilarious rambling. He'll go from "Hi, I'm Olaf" to "Did you know turtles can breathe through their butts?" in 5 seconds flat, and somehow make it work. Every situation becomes a monologue. Every crisis, a chance for a heartfelt and slightly off-topic speech. And even in moments of danger, Olaf's still over-explaining something adorable. He's the ultimate contradiction. Cool to the touch, hot on the mic. Even Elsa's ice powers can't freeze his enthusiasm. Olaf doesn't just steal scenes, he snowballs through them with nonstop talking and endless charm. He's cold, he's cuddly, and he absolutely cannot shut up. And that's exactly what makes him so hilarious. 4. Dory. Hilariously forgetful and can't stop talking. Dory isn't just a fish with short-term memory loss. She's a nonstop ocean of chatter. In Finding Nemo, the moment she swims into the scene, she's already mid-sentence. And she'll still be talking long after everyone else has lost the plot. Literally. She forgets what she's saying halfway through saying it, then keeps talking until she circles back to something that might be important, or might just be her singing. Just keeps swimming, on repeat like it's a Grammy-winning anthem. Dory doesn't pause for breath, logic, or even direction. She's the GPS that keeps rerouting itself with cheerful enthusiasm. You could be dealing with hungry sharks, jellyfish stings, or terrifying dentist tanks. And Dory's over there chatting about how she can speak whale. And the best part, she actually can. Sort of. Probably. Her constant talking somehow makes her the emotional heart of the movie and the comic relief all at once. You laugh because she's hilarious. You love her because she's pure. And you accept that when Dory's around, silence is a fantasy. She may forget everything, but she never forgets how to talk. And thank goodness for that. 3. Chris Tucker. Can't ride in silence. If there's one thing louder than Chris Tucker's wardrobe in Rush Hour, it's his mouth. Detective James Carter doesn't just talk. He performs, narrates, sings, argues, questions, and complains all at once. Silence. That's his arch nemesis. You could be in a high-speed car chase, dodging bullets, and he'd still be yelling, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" Whether he's interrogating suspects or trying to order Chinese food, Carter keeps the dialogue flowing like he's getting paid per word. And if you ever wondered what it's like to be trapped in a car with a human radio station, just ask Jackie Chan's character, Inspector Lee, who barely gets a sentence in edgewise. Even when no one's listening, Carter's still talking, cracking jokes like he's in a stand-up special, complete with sound effects and dance breaks. His nonstop chatter doesn't just lighten the mood, it is the mood. Chris Tucker made loud, lovable chaos an art form. And in Rush Hour, silence wasn't just golden, it was non-existent. Carter doesn't ride in silence. He rides in stereo. And honestly, We wouldn't have it any other way. 2. Donkey, Shrek's talkative Tagalong. Donkey from Shrek is the ultimate Chatterbox sidekick, an unstoppable, hooves-in-motion hype machine who treats every moment like open mic night. From the second he meets Shrek, Donkey latches on like a talking shadow with no mute button. Silent, brooding swamp? Not anymore. Donkey turns it into a one-man musical with commentary, impressions, and unsolicited advice. He narrates the journey, over-explains the obvious, and somehow turns sleeping arrangements into a 20-minute comedy routine. And the best part, he does it all with that Eddie Murphy energy, loud, lovable, and completely unfiltered. Dragons, he flirts with them. Evil lords, he annoys them. Shrek, constantly 2 seconds away from throwing him into a moat. But Donkey doesn't care. He's just here for friendship, waffles, and long, awkward conversations, whether anyone else wants them or not. Even when he's scared, he keeps talking, because being quiet just isn't in his programming. He's the guy who fills every silence, even if it's with nonsense about parfaits. In a world full of fairy tale creatures, Donkey stands out, not just for being loud, but for being loud and hilarious. He's the talkative tagalong we never knew we needed. 1. Deadpool, the Merc with the mouth, literally. Deadpool doesn't just break the fourth wall. He shouts through it, then tapes it back together using sarcastic one-liners and chimichanga jokes. Nicknamed the Merc with the mouth, Wade Wilson is a walking, talking stand-up comedy special with swords. Whether he's fighting bad guys, bleeding out, or regrowing limbs, one thing's guaranteed. He's never going to stop talking. His mouth is his deadliest weapon. Okay, second deadliest. He does carry a lot of guns. But nothing hits harder than his rapid-fire sarcasm, pop culture references, and brutally honest narration. He'll insult you, compliment you, then roast you again, all in the same sentence, while making you laugh so hard you forget he's in the middle of a gunfight. Even his enemies can't get a word in. He talks through torture. He talks through pain. He probably talks in his sleep. Silence around Deadpool isn't just rare, it's a red flag. And the best part, he knows he's annoying. He just doesn't care. Because being loud, unpredictable, and absolutely hilarious is part of the charm. Deadpool isn't just a character who never shuts up. He's the reason we never want the movie to. And that was a masterclass in verbal gymnastics. From one-liners that never end to full-blown ramble fests, these characters prove that sometimes the best punchlines come from nonstop chatter. But I want to hear from you. Which character talks your ear off so much that you still can't forget them? Did we miss your go-to-gabber? Drop a comment and let's celebrate or commiserate with the world's greatest yapfesters. Before you flee the noise, don't forget to like this video if you love a good Jabberwocky, subscribe for more hilarious rankings, and hit that notification bell like it's the mute button on your remote. Alright, I'm off to find a silent retreat, but you know I'll be back to talk about it.